Welcome back, everyone, to the Temple of Technology. I'm your host, Scott James Magner, the idiot with a microphone. I am the idiot, and this is my microphone. You can barely see it in frame, because normally I have it off to the side. Also normally off to the side is the unboxing camera. But I had a lot of wackiness go on today doing an unboxing stream, and I was just not happy with the way it all settled out. I've also been using this as a third portrait camera, even though I've got another camera hooked up right here that I usually use on my Mac. But I'll probably end up hooking to the PCs simply so I've got more options for cameras. Like, having 4 cameras hooked up to one PC. What could possibly go wrong? 3 is just doing great. But I am the idiot with the microphone, and I did an unboxing stream earlier where I unboxed a bunch of DVDs. Specifically, I had DVDs that I had purchased, or rather swapped for, to augment the HD DVDs that I had. And I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Got this what I want? I think this is what I want. Hold on a second. Trying to pull up an image that I made just a moment ago. There we go. Nice. Come on, do the thing. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Okay. Oh, sorry for my idiocy, but here I am. All right, I'm going to turn this thing on. So I got the stack on the left there, right? That's what I swapped for. It came in today. You can see that stream. I'm going to make a. I'm gonna drop a link to it in the description for this. On the right are the HD DVDs that I currently have, and my plan was to combine these, use both the wrapper from the HD DVD and the wrapper from the DVD in the new case. I have a lot of cases that are thin, 6 millimeters, with 2 entry points in them. In fact, I'll show you one right here. This is not the one I want. This is the one I want. All right, so it's a thin DVD case. It's 6 millimeters thick, and it's got a space inside for two spindles, and you can put 2 discs in it, right? That's the plan. But I like to preserve the covers themselves. I like to have them available. I don't want to lose them, right? I don't want them to get damaged. And so what I've been doing is when I do this, I put the HDD cover on the outside, and I turn the DVD cover inside out. See the white space here? That's the inside of a DVD cover. And on the interior of this clear case, I've got the DVD cover so you can see it, you can read it, you know what's going on. It's been bugging me for a while how this works, because the added thickness of 2 pieces of paper has been, you can't see it all that much, right? But that added thickness adds a millimeter or so of space to the case and your shelf and all the stuff that you're doing. And it's just kind of annoying, really. It's annoying. And earlier today, I took a bunch of Blu-ray DVD combo sets that have 2 discs in them, right? Out of these thin cases. I put them back into slim Blu-ray cases because I like the slimness of it there. But even there, since I've got 2 discs in there, you can see they don't close exactly. They're not doing what I want them to do. They need to sit flat on the shelf. They need to take up as little space as possible. So I got to thinking, there has to be a way that I can simply print the proper amount of stuff. So I've got a really nice printer there, the nice photo printer, and it'll do exactly what I want. It'll print out glossy brochures, and it gets things squared away. And I did a video a few weeks ago about making DVD covers, specifically custom DVD covers, double-sided, to do stuff. But it wasn't about this so much. It was about printing a brand new cover using GIMP. And GIMP is it's a Photoshop replacement. It's the sort of thing where you can do everything you can do with Photoshop, but you can make DVD covers, or whatever art you need, right? Videos, flat images. It's an immensely complicated and robust program, and I'm really looking to get my knowledge base on it better, because I'm going to need that someday, right? I'm going to need to have that sort of thing. So I thought, well, I did those templates in GIMP. I can do that again. I can make that again. And then I thought to myself, I'm already exporting those files as a PDF. I was having a print problem where things would print out of order, and the glossy side would have the flat side on it, and vice versa. And no matter what order I put them in, it just wasn't working the way I thought it would work. So I looked into how to make PDFs, 2-page PDFs in GIMP, and I found out how to do it. Now I know exactly how to do this. I know exactly how to turn off my idiot and turn on making combination DVD covers. I know how to do this now, and I thought I would close the loop a little bit and show you what I learned today, because I'm really excited about having learned something new. I always like to learn things. So what this means is that one way to do this is, as I said, put the HD cover on the outside, put the DVD cover on the inside so you can see it. Another way to do it is to just eschew that. Use the hard-sided black cases that I have that have 2 spindles in them. Put the HD cover there on the outside, and then put the DVD cover behind it. This has the added benefit that you can see the UPC code on there, and if all the information is essentially the same on the HD cover and the DVD cover, you don't have to see that DVD cover. But it just wasn't sitting right with me, right? And all the work that I've had to do to get these things to work out, it's just not coming to pass. I'm not getting what I want out of it. And I like to save space. I like to conserve momentum. And I keep coming up with that. I'm getting an extra millimeter on my 6mm case because of the 2 pieces of paper. 1 piece of paper is what I need. That printer prints double-sided, and it prints photo quality images, and it does all the things that I need to do. I've had this printer for a few years now. It replaces another printer that I had that never really did what I wanted it to do. So I thought to myself, I can do this. I can do this in GIMP. And as it turns out, I can. I did a test print first using grayscale. I've got the interior here, and I was pretty sure that I had nailed down exactly the problem as to why things were printing in the wrong direction. And then I printed another test out and it didn't work. So then I got my shit together and made it the right way. Like so. Essentially, I've taken these two pieces of paper that I want to keep. I want to conserve these pieces of paper. I want to have them because someday I may want to get rid of this disc. And I certainly won't need two copies of a disc that I want to get rid of. So I'll need these original pieces of paper. And I've been collecting them. When I consolidate discs and I move things around, I've got all these pieces of paper in a shoebox over here, and I've been really, really, really vigilant about not throwing these away. I used to recycle them, not throwing them away, but now I'm going to be doing something else. I'll be doing a single piece of paper to consolidate all of these stuff. And I want to show you how I do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this King Kong disc I just showed you, where I've got two bits. I've got this HD case, and I've got this DVD case. And I'm going to scan these in to my scanner, and I'm going to make what I want. I'm going to get what I want out of this and save some space and save my brain at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a lot of time in the unboxing room, but we're also going to be looking back and forth at a few things. So go ahead to the unboxing space. All right, see my unboxing space here. I have remedied some of the image problems I had earlier. I'm not using my green screen over here like I was doing before. I could easily put the green screen back up and do all these things, but I just not going to need that for now. I'm going to use camera 2 where we stay classy. I talk at you. We're going to show things going on. So our goal, remember, our goal is turn these two bits of paper into one bit of paper. And to do this, what I actually need is a third bit of paper. In one of the lots that I got a while ago, I got an HD DVD that was not in an HD DVD case. It was in a normal DVD case. And it had a piece of paper that somebody had printed out like this. And it had the HD DVD logo on it. It had this red color. And I thought, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I should do that. So I scanned that in. I printed it out on this glossy piece of paper here. In fact, I took this out of a combination case that I had earlier. So I had this image and I knew this image existed. So I went over here to GIMP. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of, back out of that. I'll go over here to GIMP. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, are you doing the thing? All right, this is GIMP. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a few layers. I know what I need. I have the white background that is the right size. It's the shape of a piece of paper. It's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It's the paper that goes in the printer. So we're going to open that up as a layer. Wonderful. It's right there on our screen. Next thing I'm going to open up is the layer of this red piece of paper. Okay, it's asking me questions, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, keep all that information. All right. Obviously, it's not, I have to move it around to get it aligned the way I want it to be. Trying to open up the move tool. Here we go. Move tool, because I want to crop this image to get rid of this extra information. Right, and I'm going to go here to the crop tool. I should really remember what it's called, the crop tool, or the shortcut for it. But I know, nope, that's not what I want. Just want to get rid of that little extra bit of color image information that's sitting in this JPEG that I've got somewhere. Oh, I need to crop it even more. Just a little off the top, that's all. Wonderful. All right, I've got this image, but it's not quite centered, and I want it to be centered because I want to print the right way on both sides. So the alignment tool is Q. I learned that today. Right, and so I want to align it in the center, and I want to align it vertically. Boom. We're almost there. We're so close. Now I need to go to my scanner. And we're going to scan this piece of paper and the other piece of paper. As before, I'm using a piece of cardboard to keep things flat. Because those inserts have been in the disc, it is for a while. And once I puzzled through what I was doing, I realized how much faster I can do this than almost even than physically folding the paper and putting it together. Once you figure out what you're doing. All right, I want to view this here. We're going to do just this basic image information. We're going to rotate it. So all we're going to do is rotate this image. I can do this in GIMP too, but I just need to rotate it by 90 degrees. Like so. That's all I want to do. Let's save this image. Long HD cover, very simple. Right? And we're gonna scan another piece of paper. Now, to get these full-size DVD covers into the slim cases, I usually have to fold. I have to fold the paper a little bit. I'll go back here to the main screen so you can see what I'm talking about. I have to fold the tiniest bit of the image there, like so, to get it to fit in the case. Basically, I'm taking a couple millimeters out to do what I want. Not exactly here, but this is going to be on the interior. All right, so we're going to go back to the unboxing area. I'm going to rotate this again like I rotated the other one. We're going to save it. And basically, we're going to do the same thing we did before. Instead of HD cover, it's going to become DVD cover. I'm not going to do any more image processing. I'm going to do all that in GIMP. Okay, speaking of GIMP, I am going to pull that first image that we did into here as a layer. On HD cover, exactly what I want. We're going to do the same things. We're going to use the move tool, bring this in here. We have a good idea of where it needs to be. We're going to use the crop tool. Crop tool is Shift C. So I'm just going to get used to doing that sort of thing. Shift C. Excellent. Just want the cover image and nothing else. And look at that. Now I'm going to go back to the move tool. We're going to align this with the red background. Background is where I want it to be, centered on the page. All right, and look at that. I've got a composite image from 3 different layers. What we want to do is we want to flatten this image so it's all one thing. And I am going to save this image. Save as. Hong combo cover. Did it say? Yes, it did. All right. I'm going to repeat that process exactly. So I'm going to open layer. I want print background. I want to open a layer for the DVD cover that we just scanned. We're going to move it so I can see all the edges. We're going to crop it. Shift C. And you see it's a little shiny there around the edge. Normally, if I was making a true and accurate copy of this artwork, I would want to flatten that as much as possible, and I'd probably even do a little more image processing to get the shine gone from it. But this is going to be on the inside of the disc. I'm the only person who's ever going to see this. So, and we're going to align this centered up. Look at that. Boom. Just like that. Got the same proportions, got the same space as on the other disc. And we're going to do that same thing. We're going to compress this. We're going to flatten this image. Save it. Interior. All right. Here's where the magic happens. I've got this guy set up, right? Sitting right here. I'm going to import the other cover I did as a layer. So now I've got two layers in my job that I'm doing here. I've got this one here, and I've got the other one. Cancel. All right. And I'm going to export this as a PDF. Simply as combo PDF. And usually there's a dialogue involved in this. There it is. Layers as pages, reverse order, what layers only? Yes, I do want this. So export that. And I'm going to open up that file as a PDF right now. I've got a 2-page PDF that I can do whatever I want with. What I've learned is if I print this the way it is right now, it's going to print this bottom one first and this one second. So I'm going to load my glossy paper with the glossy side up and print. Because I'm working from a PDF and not my computer's normal print dialog, it already knows how big things are and how things are going to look. So I just have to hit this print dialog. Make sure that we're on duplex printing. We're going to flip on the short edge, not the long edge. The highest quality I can get. Font scale, yeah. One per sheet. Paper size letter. Perfect. Hit print. And now we wait. So once I figured this out, I just, in my head, kaboom. I knew I had to do A, this video, and B, I'm going to go back all of the things that I set up thinking I was saving space with the 2 pieces of paper like this. I'm going to just print them all again. Do this the right way. I'm going to be losing some image fidelity, kind of doing an image of an image rather than the image itself. And if I really want to get fancy, I know that I can tool up these images to make them absolutely perfect. One of the issues that we're going to have is that the HD DVD covers, a lot of them are shiny. They have this image, you can see it shining right there, right? They've got foil printed on them and made them look really, really cool on the store shelves. And it's, oh, I want to play with that. I want to have that. Whereas most of the Blu-rays that we're working with, they're just, well, this one's green. Most of the Blu-rays are not shiny. It's simply an image. It's a lot easier to work with a not shiny image than with a shiny image. It scans wonderfully. And so when I do this with a non-foiled HD DVD, like this one is not foiled. It's just paper. Not going to have any problems whatsoever. In fact, this is the very HD DVD that I had this piece of red paper on. So I know things are going to be fine once we get this all done. it has printed on the not glossy side the interior image that I wanted to have on there. I'm so jazzed about not wasting paper anymore to do these. And it is gonna come out briefly, it's gonna dry, and then it'll send itself back through to print again. And then we'll use the paper cutter. So excited about using the paper cutter because when I cut the paper for the Big Lebowski earlier, I didn't rip anything. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. It's waiting. It's thinking. So you can watch it just tonight. Eat the paper and then spit it back out again. Oh, so exciting. It's so exciting when all the tech works the right way. So all the folding and cutting and all this nonsense that I've been doing for years, for many, many years, I'm going to get faster and faster and faster at doing this stuff. And what I can do, right, I don't have to set this first image up all the time. I can simply save that image as a document and drop in the cover whenever I want to. So all I have to do is do the 2 scans. I've got the layers set up already. Boom, and away I go. And that's a print job that takes a minute or 2 once I've got the scans. And I can get those scans from anywhere, right? There's free covers on the internet that are just other people have scanned them in. And I've got scans myself. I could do all sorts of things. I'm going to save a whole bunch of time. And the wall will look the way I want the wall to look. I'm kind of excited about this. I really am. It's one of the reasons that I took those Blu-rays out and put them in there is I didn't like the white space at the top. I didn't like the fact that to have things in a 2-sided case, I had a bunch of white space at the top. It was black space or white space. Either way, it was just, it looked bad on the shelf. When everything around it was full color, everything around it looked fantastic, it just looked bad. So now I'm going to be able, with GIMP, center that image on the page, which is what we want to do. I'll be able to have a blue background or a black background or something to make sure that we've got full coverage on the sleeve of that. And I'm never going to be upset by those combo discs again. I'm going to be able to enjoy looking at my shelf, knowing that I have done this work. I have made the best possible outcome. Look at that. That, the shiny DVD cover, which is what we wanted. We wanted it to be shiny. And, you know, you lose a little information, but not a lot. Not a lot of information. I've still got the case, right? I've still got the original inserts, and I can go back to them anytime. All right, we're not going to look at that anymore. We're going to look at the stream cam. Okay. Best way to do this to avoid tears is to work the small sides first. So, look at that. Like I know what I'm doing. And because I laid this out the right way, and because that other image is on the interior, I don't care about its alignment on the back end. I used to spend a lot of time worrying about the alignment of the other image. And now I don't have to worry about that because I've done the work, entered it on the screen. I know it's going to fit. And you know what it does? Look at that. There's no white space around that image, or the tiniest amount on the edge, but that's it. So I'm just going to put this straight into a case. This case, in fact, I'm going to take the DVDs out of the black case, discs out of the black case rather, put them in the clear case, and then I'm going to put my brand new DVD cover insert I have put together with science. Now, mind you, I still need to sharpen up the knife in this paper cutter. That's why we have tearing issues and we have the occasional ripped piece of paper. And I've been really reticent to use it on. I can't tell you how happy I am that that insert fits. Look at that. It fits perfectly. It's the exact right size that I need it to be to display my collection, to display the information I need, and not be stuck here on the shelf. There's no extra space. And when you look at these two discs side by side, you see there's a difference, right? You see that this disc is straight up and down, and this one has got a little seam there, a little lump. And it's not that bad to have in one disc. But when you've got 50 of these on a shelf, and I do, that millimeter matters, right? It'll compress the disc a little bit, the case will compress, and you'll be fine. But when you touch it, when you feel it, you can feel that shelf right there. You can feel the problem. And you've got 2 bits of paper where you only need one. Well, I only need one, and I've got this. It says HD DVD right at the top, and I can do anything with this. I can put my own review up here. I can put anything but HD DVD here. I can manipulate these images. I can put a big old FU on it. I can do whatever I want with these images because I've got this amazingly powerful graphics program. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So I have been your host, Scott James Magner, the idiot with a microphone. I have done science. I have used technology. I've done math, which is really important. And now I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching, I really appreciate your patronage. Make sure that if you like to see an idiot fumble around learning cool stuff and doing stuff like making arts and crafts using the paper cutter, please like and subscribe here on YouTube. I will endeavor to get better and better and better at making these videos to the point where I can just unbox something, immediately scan it, make a new case, and boom, away I go. I can even, while that's all going on, I can be archiving the disc right over here in my PC, the same PC I'm streaming on. I can archive that disc and put it up on my Plex server, right? I can do all of these things at the same time in a 5-10 minute span. And it really matters because sometimes I'm up until 2 a.m. trying to figure this shit out. And I don't want to be up to 2 a.m. doing this. I want to go to bed at 11 or 10:30 and wake up at a normal, rational time and not have to nap throughout the day. I want to not obsess about stupid shit. Like, am I wasting a millimeter of space 50 times per shelf? I don't want to worry about that. I just want it to work. I want things to work. If I have a Mac, if I have software programs, it's why I am always trying to improve myself. So that's been my stream. Thank you very much. You have a great rest of your day.